Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look here at Bitcoin. Just to pull up a playout chart here from yesterday. It is kind of doing what we're hoping it would do. We're basically wanting to see the fair value gap at 26,500 get filled, and we've wicked down really close to that level. Just know there's a strong volume support at 26,600 as well. So the price does continue to pull back to that level. Decent chance we'll see a bounce at that point. Okay, again, just something to kind of think about moving into the weekend here. So if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining me here. Obviously, you've been watching me for a while. Thank you so much for your support as well. Really appreciate that. If you are new, though, just keep in mind we have an awesome Telegram, Twitter, and Discord private community here as well over on Discord and also Telegram for our automated trades. We took a nice little 10% off of Maker last night in 50 minutes, and then ICP for a nice little 12%. That's basically a long, and then a Maker is short. I'm going to plan to cover those here soon so you can kind of see why I took those trades. But those are just little profits here from our community from last night. So really appreciate the feedback I received on that. That was wonderful. Happy to hear it worked out well for you. So what we want to talk about here is a few things. Let's jump into the backend data here first of all with High Block Capital. Kind of see what's going on because liquidation levels have changed a little bit. In other words, we've seen a larger amount of liquidation levels applied here at about 27,400, which implies that there is more shorts than longs at this given time. At least in the most recent past, we can see more shorts are trying to enter the market. We can see based on liquidation, there's slightly more longs getting liquidated than shorts here today. We can see that more longs are entering the market, but there's also break even on the shorts. In other words, as we get closer with these two things, it's important to recognize that the bias starts to change. Okay, so right now we still have more longs than shorts in the market, more shorts than longs in the market, but we're starting to see more longs enter the market now as an overall. This is an aggregated amount of longs versus short positions open at this given point. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Nothing stark, crazy, awesome. What we really want to look for is to see more longs than shorts. That's usually when things start to kick up and crank out. Okay? So we kind of want to see something like that, but for now, it's just par for the course. Okay, taking a look at the net longs, let's go ahead and see where the open interest lies right now. We see the most amount of open interest. It's probably both for shorts and longs at 27,100. Okay, so we don't see a lot of market movement here so far in the most recent past. Yeah, so everything's aggregated right there at about 27.1. We can also see here, this is based on the last 7 days as a rough estimate. We can see 25,850 is a large liquidation level. And then above that, we also have 27.5, which is no surprise because again, we see all those shorts kind of hedged right there at that most recent high. And oftentimes, once that most recent high is broken, we see a large liquidation squeeze and the price actually shoot up. So what we're hoping for, in this case here, is for Bitcoin to kind of shoot up here, and then it'll shoot much higher because it's going to liquidate all the shorts here at this 27.5 range. Okay, so that's the idea, of course. Now, can we control that? Can we tell it what to do? No, definitely not, as we've known already. All you can do is hope for the best and try to anticipate the worst, which is what we're here for. So let's take a look at the daily and just work our way down here really quick. To note a few key things that we talked about previously, such as the moving average. We're still maintaining above the 50-day SMA. To me, this is a pretty big deal. So again, it's interesting how the price wicks up, comes back down to retest that level and bounces. Okay, so that's a positive sign. Again, if we can still maintain over 26.6, 26.5 today, I think we'll be in good shape. But it is expected for today to be a red day, considering we saw such a large increase yesterday. Okay, all those profits are getting taken effectively. All right, and once more, just to kind of reaffirm, 26,000 is the largest amount of volume in the most recent past, ever since we've been down in this range. And again, the second most amount of volume, if you do zoom in, is right here at about the 26,500. Okay, so just some important things to note. 26.5 and 26 even are two really strong support levels based on volume. And as you continue to build that volume shelf, the stronger it is and the more likely it is to bounce. So good news is we're above both those levels right now, and there's a good chance we'll see it continue. That said, taking a look here at the RSI, we're up over 50 on the RSI, nothing crazy there. We have good momentum on the MACD. So all in all, most things are pretty normal here, but still slightly bullish on the longer term here for the daily. 4-hour time frame, things get a little different here, of course. We are honoring this ascending trend. Keep in mind the price came down, continue to make higher lows on its way up. So as long as we can continue that, we'll be in good shape. Ideally, in a perfect world, the price does pull down. It continues to bounce and kind of jumps off this level right here. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Taking a look at the MACD, we can see we're starting to lose some momentum here, of course. This is pretty standard for a correction. In a perfect world, though, what we'd see is we'd see this the 12-day intersect with the 26 in an upward fashion, effectively bounce off of that and continue higher. That would give us that nice clean little bounce here and continue upwards from here. So that's what we're looking for in that regard. But if you do look at the most recent past, we can see lower lows here and technically lower highs because we are kind of creating this channel here, and it's really hard to say specifically based on that pattern what will happen. But with the overall momentum and the daily looking pretty decent, I think there's a good chance that we won't break down and we will more likely break up. Again, these are just statistical probabilities, but again, we're on the right side of tracks here above all 3 moving averages. That's really important. On the hourly, I'm willing to speculate we're getting close. I think we're within the cloud, was it? Let's see. We're right there at that level. So this is a perfect place here. So in other words, with the cloud kind of averaging itself out right here, the price continues in here and continues up, we're good. The price does continue in this range and kind of drops below the cloud, we might have some potential issues. And what I mean by issues is just the fact that the price will continue lower until it hits at its support, which is probably going to be that volume support at 26,000. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if we break below, but it would imply that we're probably going to see a retest of this range if we do. We are hoping the price just continues to go sideways and bounce off this 26.7 mark and goes up. That'd be awesome. But ultimately, that's kind of what we're looking at there. Nothing super stark and crazy. Nothing's changed dramatically since yesterday. But at this point, I think we're looking to be in pretty good shape, all things considered. Just know that we got the weekend coming up, of course, and weekends are pretty dead for Bitcoin. What we want to take a quick look at, actually, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance to kind of see where we're at, because Bitcoin dominance is coming down. All right, and that's actually kind of a good thing, at least for altcoins. Let me talk to you about this here really quick, just so you can kind of see what it's like. If we go to we have an education section, by the way, in our Discord channel. I have this message pinned just so we can kind of see it. But what we're looking at here is basically just when Bitcoin dominance comes down, right? We're in this category here, Bitcoin dominance is coming down, and the price of Bitcoin comes down as well. You'll start to see a lot of altcoins stabilize because money's coming away from Bitcoin into altcoins. If we start to see the price of Bitcoin go sideways, such as this weekend, we should see this green light here for an increase in alts. Okay? So that's something to kind of consider. I'm not saying necessarily to go long on all altcoins this weekend. There's a better chance they're going to recover this weekend because Bitcoin dominance is coming down and it's potentially stabilizing and or coming down for the price. And we're in pretty good shape. Okay? So ultimately, we're looking pretty decent here. Likelihood of either stability and or increase for altcoins this week. Again, still a little premature, but once more, with today's candlestick having not closed yet, that's kind of what we're looking at for right now. This can definitely change in a heartbeat, though. Be mindful of that. All right, folks. Well, I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again so much for watching. If you could, comment below, like, subscribe, follow the whole 9 yards there. I greatly appreciate the feedback, the sentiment. Jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. We have all those links down below, just so you can kind of stay abreast on things. And welcome aboard to all of our new members. We have, 1,130 members now. I think we got a good 5 new members last night. So awesome stuff. Really happy to be there with you guys. Thanks again so much for joining. We'll look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.